It's been a full year since I put my animation out last, and really what I want to do right now is just to go through it. So, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Dang, where is my. Dang. Oh, snap. Where is it? Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. No, wait. Wait. Where's my file? Oh, there we go. My bad. I could not find my file. Is this it? Oh, it is. Oh, period. Okay, yeah. Here we go. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so to start, this was for my Morehouse College capstone last year. I was a part of the class of English, part of the graduating class of 2024, majored in CTIM, Cinema, Television, and Emerging Media Studies. They had us plaster this at the end of our film, but I wanted to be at the beginning. Like, I wanted to give off that Cinderella effect where all the credits are in the beginning, and then we get into the story, and then it's just, we just get all the humble jumbo out the way. Not the humble jumbo, but like, you know what I'm saying? We just get the credits out the way so we can get to the meat and the potatoes of this right here. So, I just decided to plaster it up like boom, Morehouse College, cinema, television, and emerging media studies. Boom. Side note, I minored in Spanish, and right now I am in my master's program for Spanish. To continue, we get into the title card. Right over there, can I zoom? Yeah, I can zoom in. Yes. Okay. So right here we have Amisama, right there in Japanese letters, but we have Mr. Ring right there, and then Amisama because the man in question. Hold on. Yes, this man right here that's on his knees right here in this shot, he is Japanese, and yes, yes, God, Black Queen, Black Queen. This shot here opens up with the sunrise. And this is important for later on because the end of the film ties into the beginning as a cycle. It fades to these beautiful images made by my homegirl. And the music in the intro was made by my homeboy. Zoom back out, shoot. Hey, friends. Hey, y'all. She made these beautiful backdrops. Beautiful backdrops. She did. Oh, and this is my professor, Professor Avery Williams. Hey, you. Haven't seen you in a minute. Haven't spoken to you either. But hey, it's showing the process of the water cycle with evaporation. The water rising. Well, the sun heating it up, and then the water rising, and then the clouds are forming. The sun sets. It gets getting darker, and then it opens with the shot of rain. I feel like I was missing something. Oh, here we go. So these are the songs that I used. Daniel made the mix for Kisushite ni Starlight, which was sung by the Japanese voice actress for Sailor Jupiter. And these are all songs from Sailor Moon because Sailor Moon is the best and it's golden. Wow, I didn't know. I did not notice that she put rain back here. Dang, I didn't notice that she did that. Detail. I feel like I did notice it, maybe. No, I didn't notice that. No, I didn't notice that. Dang. She did that. This portion right here, when it's supposed to be like this little, it's supposed to be like this little poem. You know what? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until we get to the end, like when it's fully revealed, because I really wanted the people to catch on to it. I really wanted the people to get it, like the underlying notes of what this is about. Like I wanted the people to get it, but the people didn't get it. But that's okay because you're getting it now. Gotta hear this thunder. Hold on. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, we learned about this in the film school. Like, I forgot what ambient sound. Yeah, that came straight from YouTube. I did not go outside and get no sort of sound rain like for the rain right here. All that right here, straight off of YouTube, and the sound of thunder. But then we get into this portion right here where it fades out and then the song begins. Yeah, like, come on now. Like, come on. Can we go back? His stillness summons her warm ascension. Her dance wills his drenched slumber. Right here, oh boy is in his drenched slumber. Slump, sleep, whatever you want to say. Just in the ground. Wet. and just getting rained on. And then the sun rises. Come on, sun. So, with all this right here, I freaking love this track, by the way. This was Signpost, which is Sailor Mars' song from, oh, what movie was it? It was the one. It was the super movie when they got their super form. Which one? It was like the like Act 4. I know it's Act 4, but what is that? Like the Infinity? No, that is the Infinity Arc. Whatever. I don't remember. Shoot, it's that one. I don't remember the title, but I know which one it's from. And this is actually really fun, like to do the transition from the dark gloominess when it was raining to then it's like raising in the sunlight, and then it blurs out, and then the sun rises and it's yellow. Y'all see, actually, do you see how this shot right here correlates to when it first started? What? No way. Is it a cycle? From the sun, we have this drop which turns into a sunflower. Goes, lands on old boy's head, ting. Yes, God. Before I get into that, I do want to talk about this art right here. So the transition from this to this, when he's all glossy, this dude is dang, this dude is shiny as heck. Oh my God. Anyway, yeah, it goes from like dang, oh my God, he's just shiny and then just greasy, just just Jesus. I really wanted to mimic those scenes in anime where it has like this really beautiful shot, like these slow shots. And more specifically, there's actually, okay, this will be explained later on when he actually sees the sun. So let's get into that. So, boom, he's over there, and then we have ripples over there on the side. I don't know if you can see it, like the two, like the ripples, boom, boom, boom. That's supposed to be like her walking up, and then we see her afro, boom. He gets irritated because for some reason, someone's blocking his sunlight, and then he opens his eyes and then run it back, because we need to give her all her glory. All right. Okay, so this whole little section right here, literally was inspired and taken straight from a scene of Sailor Moon. If you've ever seen that scene where Usagi and Minako meet Haruka and Michiru for the first time, that is the scene in the 90s. That is the scene right here. Literally, song and all. That is what inspired this whole scene right here. And even this shot right here, like this scene. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Okay. Oh, wait. No, y'all can't be seeing that. I was watching. Oh, shoot. Y'all just seeing all my business. Okay. Dang, what is it called? Okay. What is it called? Okay, wait. Okay. Sailor. No. Hold on. Usagi. Hold on. Usagi and Minako. Yes. Yeah. Wait.
Well, of course, the caramel got...
Hush. This, right here. They didn't show the scene. I'm mad. Hold on. Nah, they didn't show the scene. There it is. Whatever that is right there, boom, this shot right here. That is what that is. Hopefully that don't get me no, like, copyright. But, yeah, that's supposed to catch this right here. This whole scene right here, and even this scene right here where they're like when he's like in shock, cause she's so kire, so pretty, kire, period. She's so pretty. And then she smiles, and he's just stuck there. And then we get into Oh my God, today. Yeah, she just grabs that dress and she just swing it around. This was actually, I think this is like the first thing I animated. Ooh, this thing is rough. Y'all see that? I love my style. It's so rough. It's so rough and so fuzzy. It's so uh just 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 I can't get over it. This whole part right here is actually what causes him to chase her. Because at first the water is still, right? Like the water is still, like the entire time the water does not move at all. And then when she steps on it, she creates that ripple and she kicks it. This is such a pretty shot, but this is actually not my favorite shot of her. This is my favorite shot of her because it's giving legs love. But um yeah, the Pikachu reference, I freaking love that. I have a full meme folder in my phone. Actually, on this iPad too, I have a full meme folder dedicated to reaction memes. And I have not watched not one piece of um One Piece, no pun intended. I haven't watched one piece of One Piece. But I know the reference because this before I knew what One Piece even was, this came up in an episode of Amazing World of Gumball, and I was like, "Oh, this is funny." And so I was like, it dawned on me one day. I was like, "Oh, I'll just include that in my animation." And so then every time like the music hits like dun 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 dun, and then I'm all over the place with this. Each time the music hits, the frame changes. Now, low key, this was actually one of the other first things I animated, and this could have came out so much smoother if I felt like going back and doing it. This was the first sequence of him that I animated because it falls in line with how the other one looks. Like that first one of hers, when she's over there swinging it around. This one, that one matches up with this. Oh my gosh, I had so much fun with this, like animating the freaking hair. That was so fun. In the background, while this comes up, the water drops its form, it's evaporating, and he is dashing after her. I forgot what sort of reference I used for this. This was Sailor Jupiter when she was running at Queen Nef. I forgot her name, but in the end, when she was running after that was that reference. He can't catch her, so he falls flat on his face, and she, so pretty, looks at him. And actually, the little foo right there is supposed to go with like the music, like the little foo, like that little thing. That is literally what's supposed to go with. And this is actually another thing that I really loved. I just loved the hair, like the bounciness of it. I loved changing the look. I love in betweening. I love the in betweening process because look at this. Look at that. Like no one will see this, but it's so pretty to look at. And and he just darts at her, just run at her. But anyway, my boy, my freaking homeboy, nah, he made fun of her because she was just sitting there and she didn't move. She was just like, now some may call it lazy. I call it creative. Cause in some shots he's intentionally drawn to be chibi and to just be like boom, 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 boom. Like just to do that. Whereas in some other ones, he's very detailed because rain always has different forms. Like evaporation is gas, and then we have the liquid form, and then we have ice, which is solid water. Water is always changing depending on the temperature and how it feels, right? So why not have him change? And the sun is always consistent. Hence why she is always drawn so beautifully, and she doesn't have these wacky expressions. So he climbs up the hill. A classmate of mine actually called me out after the fact. Well, actually, no, the day of the screening, he actually called me out. He was like, "Did you use a reference for like these little dance scenes that you did?" Because I think he was trying to say like because it doesn't match up with what you were doing like with the other stuff. Like all this right here does not match up with the smoothness, and very much so. I did use three different references, all of which were myself. And this was so pretty. But yes, I did record myself doing these movements, and I traced an outline for the body of her. Like almost do like a skeleton. Like I did a skeleton for the frames, and I just traced out the outline of her. But the dress was not by reference, this is by my brain, but the movement itself and the fluidity of it, that is definitely there. Oh, and I don't, and also for those of you that may catch this, the reason why she has cheeks on her, and the reason why you can see her legs through her dress is because it is a sundress. Yes, he is breathing hard as heck. And this is what I mean. The story is happening in the background, not really the foreground. Because in the foreground, it's love, it's a distraction. But the background is really where the story is being told. That's what it's quote unquote really about. Because in the daytime, it was just sunny. And then the water evaporates. And then we see the vapor. It's starting to get a little bit steamy, a little bit foggy, right? At the bottom, we see the steam. And then it's still rising. And then more clouds are forming. And then we get into the sky. And then we fade into the background again. And the clouds are darkening. But the sun is still shining in the top right corner, of course. Yeah, she drags that man. Drag that man. But anyway, yes, we see this sequence here. This is another thing that I recorded of myself. Like I said, the dress is definitely not by reference. That was by my brain, every single frame. But the movement of her dancing was, and this is actually my favorite motion of hers. Oh, he just posts up. He's like, boom, boom, no movement at all. Just stiff. My boy just stiff. But anyway, she snatches him up like he's annoyed, but then she's smiling. She's like, I don't care. Boy, come on, dance with me. And then she swings him around. And if you notice, the clouds in every scene are getting darker and darker. They are, if you notice. And that is intentional because as they're dancing, it's condensating. A lot of people get shook at this part right here. But before that, I do want to make a comment. My grandmother loved the walk. That's like one of the main things that she loved. She loved the freaking walk of this woman. I don't know. She was like, I know that girl black. Period. Anyways, so she posts up and she's about to kiss her, right? And he like, oh snap, boom, no. Get kicked off. Get kicked off the scene. Just straight up, just head, boom. The sun does not change. The sun just does not change. The beauty does not change. Even if it's scorching you dead in your face, scorching you dead in your face, and it fade out on you, the sun does never change. Rain does. And of course he gets pushed. And a lot of people got shook by this freaking scene. Just the build up. My God. So she fades out on him. He is devastated, shook, just, whew, just, hope in those eyes, Anyway, so oh boy falls and then cracks his head on the ground. And we get into the poem. So his stillness summons her warm ascension. Her dance wills his drenched slumber. Repose in the shallows of clouded memory, a cycle marked by a clap of thunder. Me reading it out loud, I can see why people don't get it. To myself right now, like, oh well, I get it. Why people don't understand it. The stillness summoning her warm ascension is this. Like at the very beginning, when he's still, summons her warm ascension. And then what else did I write? Hold on, what else did I write? Oh, her dance wills his drenched slumber. This is the dance. So the dance is all this right here, and it wills his drenched slumber of him being knocked out and laid out in water And reposed in the shadows of clouded memory, a cycle marked by the clouded, like the clap of thunder. Hence why we reopen again with another clap of thunder, and it starts to rain again. And it's slightly different from the first shot. And this was intentional because I didn't want to use the same thing because it's a different day, but it's the same cycle. So it's not the same shot as the first one because the first one looked like this. But then this one looks like, come on now, looks like this. And this is his drenched slumber where he is laid out in his clouded memory. And as she comes back out, he does not remember her. He doesn't. All he knows is that this being has just messed with his water again. Hence why he rechases her. And this is actually my favorite scene out of the entire thing because this was the last portion that I animated, and to me, it's the most pretty. It's the most pretty to me. It's the last portion of it, and it's so pretty. Like, even this shot right here is so nice. I remember making this. It was so much fun. And this shot, too, was just the blink. Just the blink. And then this is from actually Terminal Montage. This is a reference from that. Just the eye falling down. The humor of Terminal Montage is so funny to me. It's hilarious. She turns, she taps that foot behind her, and then kicks the water up. And there we go. That is the end of Mr. Rain. He darts after her. The water evaporates again. The clouds form around the mountain again. And the cycle continues. And here is a sketch of that final painting that is shown at the end. This right here. And to credit to all the beautiful people at the bottom that helped me to make this film. Hi, friends. God being the first one. As well as Morehouse and C. Tim's at the very last. Some people had asked me if this was going to get a sequel. No, this will not be getting a sequel because it's the water cycle. It starts. It doesn't have a sequel. It just is. It exists, and it just stays that way. It starts with the sun rising and ends with the sun rising. So nah, this won't be getting no sequel. But just because this story is over does not mean that I don't have other projects. I do have things in the works. I am working, and my creativity is always bubbling. So we're going to start here and just continue. Forgive me to all the people who watched it and wanted all this information and wanted all this at the time and are just getting it now. My bad. I hope this reaches the people, like, if someone who has seen it before and this reaches them, I hope that, it hits them, or that it, they get something from it, or like they're entertained at least. And if it reaches someone new, hello. Thank you to all the people that helped me on this film, by the way. Can never thank them enough. My friends in question and everybody else in between. God, as I mentioned. We're just going to keep it at work. Thank you to all the people. And we'll see what happens next. Take care.